the pre-break wall before the boardwalk here. Waves rolling in. Nothing waves crashing on the beach. She sat back in a memory. God, it's so cold, so far out of reach. Oh yeah. Take it easy, baby. Make it last all night. She was an American girl. That's the beginning song for Fast Times at Ridgemont High, the original one, the soundtrack until the movie started. I believe that was it. It was a Tom Petty song. I think that was it. That opened this. He wanted too much royalty rights. He had lawyers. Oh, we want more money. We couldn't be the movie without him in the beginning. And I said, no, we'll just get rid of him. I think he's died since then. I think on crack, or a lot of those guys, they get bored, start smoking crack. And so they said, we'll just get rid of him. They got rid of him. They replaced him with the Go-Go's. It's the opening song for that movie. That's about me. Rodano High School too. It opens with the Go-Go's. Yeah, we got that beat. It's a good upbeat song to open with. But it's got a good soundtrack. Led Zeppelin, Jackson Browne, Stevie Nicks, The Cars, Joe Walsh of the Eagles. He wrote a song about me too. It's a Jeff Spicoli song called The Waffle Stomp. Jimmy Buffett, he wrote a song about me called the Jeff Spicoli song. The I Don't Know song is a part of the movie, a true part of the movie that Cameron Crowe took notes of, but that was pretty much a true scenario. I don't know scene. Funny scene. They thought I was being a smartass. So I missed the day before in school. I showed up the next day late in class, and I was back to me, the teacher, Mr. Hand, at the chalkboard. In the movie, they showed me standing there. In real life, I sat down. I was trying to sit down before he noticed, that I was late. So I sat down. He turns around and saw me. He's like, Jeff, all right, all right. I couldn't understand because I smoked. I was high on something a little different. And his voice was like, all right. I couldn't understand. I said, I'm looking at him. He got closer. Jeff, all right, all right. I go, I can't understand what he's saying. I said, well, it's smart enough to know that, with a teacher, if he asks you a question, what's a good answer if you don't know? I don't know, right? What is the abbreviation of? I don't know. What's the capital of? I don't know. Cindy, what is that? That would be, no. There's always someone with their hand up that has the answer. I thought it would be like that. I couldn't understand what he's saying. So he asked me again, Jeff, I don't know. I said, I don't know. The class was cracking up. Then he said, okay, then you're going to have to go to the office and go get a readmit from yesterday. Then I understood what he said. So I tripped kind of halfway and fall out of the classroom. Had to go to the office to get a readmit because I missed the day before. So the question he has asked me, do you have a readmit from yesterday? I don't know. That's why even Cameron Crowe and all the kids were cracking up. They thought I was being a smartass. I don't know. Do you have a readmit from yesterday? I don't know. I thought I nailed it with that answer because anything a teacher asks you, that'll work. I don't know what he's saying, so it's safe to say if I say, I don't know, I'm in the clear. No. And the rest of the students in Cameron Crowe thought I was messing with them and being a smart ass, right? No. I thought he's asking a school question. I don't know would be a good answer to get him off my back and go to the next person. So in reality, I couldn't understand what he's saying. So I went to the office. I had to go. It's in the hallway. You go in the hallway. It's an attendance window. You don't have to go in the office. You go up to it and tell them I need a readmit from yesterday. I knock. She opens the window. I need a readmit. I can barely talk. Oh, shit. I got flagged. She flagged me. There's only 2 people in the faculty that knew that Cameron Crowe wasn't a student. He was really writing a book and movie, right? Posing as a student. And one of them, I think, was Arwine. And that's who she brought. Also, she brought Arwine back. Oh, come with me, Jeff. I got to go in his office with him. I sit down in the chair in front of his desk. He's got all this stuff from his home all around, It's like wow, this looks cool in here. I'm melting down in his chair. This is a comfortable chair. It's kicking in more. It's like, wow. Now I'm looking at the globe, the hands clicking on the clock. Wow, everyone thinks this guy's like a hardcore asshole. He's actually pretty cool. He's all, Jeff, what are you on? Nothing. He waits a while. Jeff, what is it that you took? Nothing. I remember just hanging out there the whole class. It was all pretty cool. He's kicking back, reading a magazine behind his desk. He's all casual. Then the bell rang. Okay, you can go to your next class. And that was it. Other places, they would have the cops there arrest you. You could go into drug counseling and all this stuff. So I got flagged, I barely talked. So she got some of the faculty. Arwine is actually a cool guy. So only 2 people, I believe he was one of them. The other guy maybe was Bates, He's kind of like a principal or vice principal, I think. He's the master, they call it. Anyways, kids would say, oh, Master Bates is coming, put that away, you know. So, the movie was about when I was in the 10th. The movie was about me as a senior, you see. Long story short. He went to Santa Monica High, Cameron Crowell. He was a wannabe journalist, right? So, he was contacting Rolling Stone magazine as a kid, saying, I would like to do a story for you. This and that kept bugging them. Finally, they said, okay, kid, we'll give you a shot. Pretty good, right? And they said, you're going to have to go on tour. I think it was a Bad Company or Led Zeppelin. Go on tour for a few months with this band, then you'll write about it. He said, okay. He had to miss school when he did it, but he did it. He wrote the article. That was his first gig for Rolling Stone, writing an article for them when he was in high school, right? Well, he did that. He missed school, so he wanted to graduate. He had to make up credits, right? So his aunt, who lived in Santa Monica, who went to Santa Monica High, his aunt lived in Redondo Beach. So he went to his aunt's house to stay there for the summer. He went to summer school in Redondo Beach to make up credits. That's what he did. And while he was there, he said, wow, Redondo's got a way different groove to it than Santa Monica. It's a whole different thing. It's a whole different country, land, world, you know. And it did. And so he asked people there, faculty and stuff there, in the office, where, is it all right if he comes back? Told him about the Rolling Stone gig. He did write a book or movie on it, and pose as a student, do that. And they said, yeah, you can do that, but you're going to have to pick 9th or 10th grade, because they allow goofing off, believe it or not. They actually promote it. They let the teachers tell the teachers don't crack down too much, because it will suppress the kids, because kids naturally do that type of goofing off at that age. So I don't want to cut them off completely. They could, you know, it'd be hard on them. So, but 11th and 12th grade, they're very serious. If you talk out once, or you act out one bit, they'll expel you, I swear. Academic and all that, academics in 11th and 12th, you can't make a peep. So if he went to an 11th or 12th grade class, he wouldn't have got any notes anyways, you see, because it has to be silent. He would have been in a silent room. What good would that be? So they said 11th, 10th, 9th or 10th you could do, not 11th or 12th. This is serious, you know. No, you can't even talk out. And if you do, you're kicked out. They don't put up with nonsense there. That's serious stuff. So he said, okay, I'll do it in the 10th. So the summer before the 10th grade, you sign up for your classes at the bike cage right there across from Varsity Deli. And it's not even, summer's not even over yet. You got another 3-4 weeks of summer left, I think. And you go there and sign up. So I pulled up on my Shankers, and he was there. He saw me. He said, that's the guy right there. I looked the part. I was the guy. He saw me dealing with everything there. And I kind of spaced out at the time. And that's the dude. So he made sure to get my class. That was Mr. Hand's class, Mr. Porter, the real Mr. Hand's, Mr. Porter. He got that class with me. And so that's how it came about. And so everyone thought, yeah, but that's not true, because in the movie it's a 12th grade. Because he had to get the characters and everything from the 9th or 10th, so he picked 10th, because he wouldn't have got anything good from 12th, you see. But in the movie, I was a senior, you see. But all the notes and all those scenes that are real scenes are from 10th grade, Mr. Hand's class, Mr. Porter. Everyone thought the real Mr. Hand was a guy named Mr. Roy, because he was an eccentric teacher, you know. Mr. Roy used to tell the students, you want to do your country a good favor, walk into a courtroom, he says. Walk into a courtroom, pull out a gun and shoot a judge. And he would say that. He must have had a bad experience, you know. But back then they wouldn't take it serious, you know, nothing really, yeah. That's what he'd tell people. So, but they got to play Mr. Hand. They got the guy from My Favorite Martian. And it looked like the real Mr. Hand, or Mr. Roy, but he's a known person, so it's good to use him, you know what I mean? I used him, this guy that played My Favorite Martian with antennas coming out of his head, right? That's who played Mr. Hand. Yeah. So, it's a good movie. I recommend it. Sean Penn played me. Sean Penn got to marry Madonna. He started going out with Madonna. Her friends were like, oh my God, you're so lucky. You're going out with Jess Spicoli. That was a cool person back then, right? You're going out with Jess Spicoli, you're Madonna, this and that. And so she thought, wow, I'm with Jess Spicoli. This is cool. She married him. They were married for 2 years. And she realized, you know, he's not really Jess Spicoli. He just played Jess Spicoli. I'm the real Jess Spicoli. So they got divorced after 2 years. But nonetheless, he got to lay Madonna and all. And I helped mold the careers of David Lee Roth. They interviewed David Lee Roth. David, where do you get all your charisma and attitude from? Well, I got most of it from Jeff Spicoli, and the rest of it, I think he said like Jim Dandy, something like that. But most of it from me, so I helped mold David Lee Roth. Jimmy Buffett wrote a song about me. It's called The Waffle. No, it's called the I Don't Know song. It's on the soundtrack. Jimmy Buffett, the Spicoli song. It's called Jeff Spicoli song. So did, what's his name? Joe Walsh. He wrote a song called The Waffle Stomp. See, he's looking through my school records. My mom signed a thing, it's okay and all that. Signed a thing, and he's looking through the school records. He saw in the 4th grade, Jeff wore his waffle stompers at school and showed off the steel tips toes to the other kids, insinuating I'm kicking him. That's how he kids where he's from. Rocky Mountain way better than the way where he's from. They wear waffle stompers, you see. So you thought, wow, this kid's cool. The beach kid, he wears waffles. Everyone did. It was a passing fad then. There's little trends that are always in Redona. Waffle stompers would be earth shoes, wallabies, those running sneakers that flip up in the front, right? In the back, the rubber goes up too, right? Different things like that. So, yeah, so he thought it was cool, so we called it the waffle stomp. It's when Brad Hamilton's driving down the street, and first he said his job was like a Long John Silver job. He's got a pirate outfit on, right? And he says he had to do a delivery. He's in the back room getting his street clothes on. The manager comes in. What are you doing? Oh, I'm getting my street clothes on, sir. You got to do the delivery. No, be proud of where you work. Keep your pirate outfit on. Be proud of the place you work for. I'll put your street clothes. Well, okay. He puts it back on. He gets in his car. He's cruising down the street. He looks next to him. There's a hot little looking chick in the car next to him, smiling at him. He's saying, wow, I'm cool. He's smiling back. He's saying, yeah. And then this is cool. He's thinking, she likes me. He looks in the mirror, do a mirror check like you do. And he realizes he's got the pirate hat on. She was laughing at him. He says, oh, shit. And he tore off the hat, throws it out the window, tore his window. He quit right on the spot, man. Tore everything off. That chick he was looking at happened to be Nancy Wilson from the band Heart. And Cameron Crowe met her because, see, he got all those hookups from the music and all that from the Rolodex of Rolling Stone magazine. And that's where they got Nancy Wilson from, because she's a guitarist of the band Heart, Magic Man, Barracuda, all that. And he met her on the set, and he married her. He's married to her for over 20 years. They had kids together, the whole bit, yeah. In the original movie, she's in like a 50s T-bird, because they were rare type back then, rare to have. And it was a type with a circle window on the side of each of the vinyl roof, right? It's pretty, unusual. So back then, you were cool if you had one, but they said they changed it down the line. See, they were doing Photoshop from way early. They changed it to look like a Corvette. I don't know how they did that. Later on, it was a Corvette or something she's sitting in. Not that T-bird anymore. They said it made her look too old in that. But he met her on the set, and he married her and all that, yeah. So, soundtrack, Zeppelin, Joe Walsh, Stevie Nicks, Jackson Browne. I mean, everyone you can imagine, the Cars, the Go-Go's, Jimmy Buffett, the whole bit. Other bands, a bunch of them, I can't even think of, like 25 bands, I think. And you don't get that anymore, soundtracks like that, But anyways, Brad Hamilton, when he looked over and saw the chick, it was Nancy Wilson, the song that was playing in his car at the time was the Joe Walsh song, The Waffle Stomp. That's a pretty cool song, yeah. Hearing his voice and stuff and how it goes, that's the song that's playing during that scene. So if you want to know the Jeff Spicoli song, you can look it up online, Jeff Spicoli song, Joe Walsh, The Waffle Stomp. Or you can also look up the Jeff Spicoli song, I Don't Know song by Jimmy Buffett. I'm going to turn this thing off.